pilot that every year at the end of the year would do best of the cop log, and it was like funny stuff, you know, like, oh, you know, there was a guy, a caller on Maple Street reported a man laying on her lawn, and, you know, when they got there, he burped at him or something, you know, like there's all these funny incidents, so you would compile stuff like that. So, I mean, I went through basically learning how to be a good journalist by just going out in the local community. You go to all the events, you go to school board meetings, you go to city council meetings. Mainly, you have to go through all those boring things, so it sounds boring, to find out about what people are really into and interested in, and what's important to them, right? If you're a parent, obviously what happens at schools is very important. If you own a small business, obviously you're really interested in maybe bigger world issues, the economy, maybe even international business and things like that. So you kind of really have to understand the community that you're covering, and I think that's going to be one of the key lessons for you, no matter what the medium, you know, whether it be online or in print, in a magazine, on a blog, even just a newsletter, right? The e-newsletters are a big thing right now, getting information out that way once a week. I went to go work for the LA Times right after the riots. So what the LA Times, again, was already being criticized for being this big newspaper that covering this huge area, right? LA is huge, and never really reporting on all the smaller elements or every little element of LA. You know, you didn't hear about South Central until there was a carjacking or there was a gang fight. And they were really getting criticized for not really even reporting on LA. And I still feel that sometimes. I feel like the LA Times has tried to compete as a national newspaper, so they send all their reporters up to Washington to cover politics, which is very important. But we have so much going on here. You know, I live in Long Beach, and I never see